Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is G. Cole, and welcome to Homegrown, where I get to share with you some good music while talking to some great people. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do, so we can keep you updated when new material is available. We will be posting new episodes bi-weekly. Also, check out the website Homegrown with G. Cole to listen and for all things homegrown. We're also very, very interactive. Please follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook at MyGCole.
Mr. Vibe, can you hear me?
Yes, indeed.
When they call him Mr. Vibe, he knows I'm up. So.
Oh, Lord. It's not my blood sugar.
Easy. The friend said Vibe, J Vibe. So, you know, we got to unlock. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I'm going to get straight into it, all right? This is one of the few times that we're going to have a political conversation with somebody who's qualified to talk about it.
This is not politics.
It is politics when it boils down to it, man.
Politics.
Some form of politics involved in this one. Especially with the current climate and reggae music and so forth. It's Grammy time. You know, people talking all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna open up with your resume, all right? Where's flash drive? I got a terabyte with your
Really?
resume. Yeah, man. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Vivian Green, Keisha Cole, Estelle, Bungie Garland, Sizzla Kalonji, Kimani Marley, Damian Marley, Joe Mercer Marley, Nomad, Tanel, Pitbull, Freddie Jackson, Third World, Morgan Heritage, G. Cole, J. Will, the Raps and Coach Band, Etana, Bunny Ruggs, Fresh Out Busspipe, Richie Spice, Jack Cure, and Nuea, and a whole bunch of other names I can't pronounce. But I'm telling you, if Moses lived one more year, this boy would probably be on his album. I'm telling you. Wow. And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you right now officially to 1/4 of the quadruplet known as J Vibe. I'm convinced of 4 owner. So whichever one is here with us today, the other 3 handling business, because it does a person at your age not supposed to have this resume. So 4 owner. I don't care
Why
what
not?
You say.
It's 2 of us tonight.
Oh snap! I'm loving it. I'm loving it, bro. Welcome, man.
Thank you.
Long overdue.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I've been splashing stuff on social media. I know you don't normally put the accolades on blast, but I know I do because I think it's appropriate.
Thank you very much.
Can the people
appreciate it?
If they don't know,
you're going to learn today.
There you
go.
Learn
today.
You're a liar.
I got that one on deck too. I got that one on deck just in case. So what I'm going to do, I just named some of the people. I did a little quick mix today. Try to cut them down so we don't have no issues with copyright and rah. So I'm going to drop a little thing for the masses right about now, introduce them to some of your work. And I won't come back and get into it. We're good?
Almost.
Almost good?
After this sip.
Ladies and gentlemen, check this one out. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
If I was to tell you just how much I need you, would you come tonight?
Yes, I.
Would you not believe me? Cause I love that easy never turns out.
It's Estelle.
I'm trying to change the rules. You deserve something good in your life. We waited for far too long, so come get your blessings tonight. Baby, won't you come over?
Trying to tell you.
So I can show you love. Promise I got enough to give you all that you need, baby. So many search to find.
Yes, I.
Love that's as cool as mine.
Yeah.
I will waste your time, so bring it all to me, baby. Ooh, no more will you be the one that's to tell everyone around you, but you know they've heard it all before.
Keisha Cole, ladies and gentlemen.
What more can you say? When love won't let you walk away, and you can't help who you love, and you find yourself giving it all away when you think you're enough.
Go get it.
I wanna be the one who you believe in your heart is sent from heaven. There's a piece of me who leaves when you're gone because you're sent from heaven. I wanna be the one who you believe. It's so easy to fall, baby, when you think you have it all. I got you loving right here, baby, I'm right here.
On the line, I'll put it all. Baby, anytime you call, I'll be right there.
KY and Tessa Chin.
Right there.
Yes.
Come to me and let me whisper sweet kisses.
Yeah, man, so it's a big one.
Cause I want you safe in my arms, away from all the shots and alarms. Come lay yourself down with me.
From the album Radio,
Oh, baby, down with me.
Miserable.
I'm running from the long arms of the law. I'm a city boy that's telling it at all costs. Messing with me could be dangerous. Messing with me could be dangerous. Yeah.
He never yell or raise his voice to me. He's so gentle how he handles me. He loves me so different.
Vivian Green, ladies and gentlemen.
How he loves me. He's my Prince Charming, riding a white horse. He rescued me, led me on a steady.
The catalog.
Love so different. It's amazing. Now it's a bad dream that I'm living deadly. It's like I'm caught up in this whirlwind, and I'm crying out from this nightmare.
We're just touching a little thing.
Sweetest dreams.
Yes, man.
I'm still here. Somebody save me, 'cause I keep waking. Somebody help me, 'cause I can't get out. Somebody save me, 'cause I keep waking. Somebody save me, somebody save me. Somebody save me, 'cause I keep waking. Somebody help me, 'cause I can't get out. Somebody save me.
I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. And that's our job, is to spark somebody else watching us. We might not be the ones, but let's not be selfish, and because we're not going to change the world, let's not talk about how we should change it. I don't know how to change it, but I know if I keep talking about how dirty it is out here, somebody going to clean it up.
I praise thee, I praise thee. Kimani Marley alongside his one and only little brother, yours truly.
Another big one, ladies and gentlemen. KY and DMN Marley.
We're living a battle,
Yes, indeed.
and the God is on our side.
From the album Maestro.
We're not afraid of losing,
Not me.
so we're not afraid to fight. We're fighting for our freedom. We're dying for our rights, yeah. Still in my darkest hour, oh dread, I found paradise. So where is the justice?
Your collection's lacking if you ain't got this.
Where is the peace you talk about?
One of the few collabos between these two Marley brothers.
Darkness. Won't somebody tell me now? Tell me where are the keepers?
Yo.
The lights, the lights, the lights. Where are the keepers of the lights? The lights,
What to keep of them there?
the lights. Where are the keepers of the lights? Trapped in the stars.
When I was a little child, said happiness it was there a while. Then from me it went and slipped one day. Happiness come back, I say.
Joe Mercer Marley.
If happiness don't come, then I've got to go looking for.
But now let me love the one, yeah.
When I find it here, it's what I say. Hey, hey. In my darkness, bring me sunshine. Before it gets carried away, I'm a hurting inside. No one feels my pain. Hey, hey. Only Rastafari.
Big up everybody locked in right now.
Ain't been the same. I'm a hurting inside. I'm a hurting inside.
Yes, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, that was just us giving you a little piece, a little mashup, or what I'm calling it nowadays, of the catalog. All right, we don't have all day to get into it because that's a 5, 6, 7, 8 hour kind of thing. But Jay, again, welcome, man. Welcome. Appreciate you stopping through.
Thank you for having me again.
The pleasure is all ours. Headed straight into it. Like I said, we're here to talk the Grammys. And when we say the Grammys, we'll narrow it down. The Reggae Grammys, because to be perfectly honest with you, we don't really give too much about the rest of it. You know? That's kind of how it goes. You know, I mentioned earlier that it is a political conversation because it involves a couple of things: being nominated, whether or not you win, but being nominated. It includes, for the masses, some campaigning, like we had mentioned sometime, to some degree, and ultimately voting. Am I correct?
Yeah. Well, at the end of it, that's what it all boils down to.
Politics.
Is voting.
So is it safe to say, without minimizing the importance of quality work, right? If this be the case, and that's the process, that popularity is as important and probably even more than the actual quality of the music?
You know what? I think it goes hand in hand. Because okay, for me, when I look at the ballot, right? I mean, this year in the first round alone was 129 entries.
Right.
I don't have time to go through and listen to all 29 albums.
Right.
But I did go through and see
129.
129. That's just for the reggae category.
Wow.
You don't want to see the pop category. That's all 3,000.
Wow.
Okay. So for me, the first thing to do is go through and see, okay, who do I know? Naturally. Who do I know? Who have I heard of? And I'm like, all right, they're in it. That's cool. Okay. And then, you go from there. And that's my approach is probably what the majority does too. You know what I'm saying? And so, the popularity is very important.
I won't say popularity. I'm not saying hot, but name recognition.
No. It doesn't have to be, like you say, you don't have to be number one on everywhere you go and this and that. But people still have to know who you are. Right. And I've heard of you at least. Right. I mean, they're excuse me. I mean, look at prime example, Morgan Heritage. Okay. Morgan Heritage did their footwork. Right.
Campaigning, for lack of a better word.
Campaigning. Because, all right, the whole Grammy thing is like a presidential election then. Or like the midterm is election. Right? Where everybody wants you to vote for them so they can get into office. Right? So, what do you do when you see the ballot? You go, okay, I know this person. Right. Or I don't know that person, but what did he do? I saw some stuff on TV before. I've heard of him. But I don't know. Let me listen to his stuff. Or, they might go through iTunes and listen to like the little 20-second snippets.
Right.
Some will do that. But to be honest, I don't do that until it gets to the next round, to the next stage. Right? And then to the final stage. That's where everybody, narrows everything down. So I'm sure that's what everybody else does as well. So if popularity and quality go hand in hand, there might be somebody that I don't know, but I've heard of the name, or I've heard somebody tell me, like, oh, listen to this person. Oh, he's really good. Like, oh, all right, cool. And I'll go listen to it and be like, yo, I like that. Yeah. This sounds better than this guy that I know for years.
Right. But you still listen to the 15 albums I'm getting. It's 129.
It's 129.
So you're still going through, like you said, it's name recognition. Whether it be you recognizing the name or somebody recognizing it and saying, okay, check that out. You know what I mean? So, all right. The conversation started from some random post somebody made about final Grammy nominees, which was, incorrect. And I commented on it and so forth. But for clarification, the final nominees have not been selected yet.
No.
Okay.
The first round just finished. I believe it's the 1st of this month.
Okay.
So now we won't know anything more until December, I think, sometime.
Right.
And then from that then we narrow down finals.
Wow.
And then,
which is why it normally announced. When they normally announce it in January. And the Grammys are February, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Before we get that deep into the Grammys, let's talk about you for a second, so the masses can understand why I deemed you the most qualified to speak on it. Let's talk, and I'm gonna do the digging right now. Let's talk about your introduction into this industry. Word is, get the right voice. Word is, it was a stormy night, and there was no way your mom could drive in that weather to get a bed at the hospital. So you were born on a grand piano, swaddled in sheet music from Michael Jackson's Thriller. All right.
Wow.
Nah, but we all started out just as little passionate people, not totally aware of the work that it's going to take to get us from passion to proven.
Right.
Talk to me about young Jason Aloysius Lavinius Earl Farmer.
Oh my goodness.
No, ladies and gentlemen, I don't remember. That's not the name. Talk to me about a young Jason. I understand that you had tremendous athletic talent and could have easily gone in the other direction. But how did the love affair with music come about?
You know what? All right, I started piano when I was, I think, around 5. My mother put me into Yamaha School of Music in California, where we used to live at that time. I didn't want to do it. I was too busy running up and down playing.
Everything.
Everything. That's my thing. I was outside.
Right.
So from California, we moved to here, Florida, and again put me into the music, the piano. But she has a strong passion for piano. She loves the piano, and she was like, I want my son to play piano.
Right.
I wasn't having it. I wanted to play guitar.
Right.
Okay, so but family friends that we have that are musicians as well, and they advised not only my mother and my father that hey, the boy needs to learn piano.
Right.
He can, once he learns the piano, he can go anywhere else after that. So I was like, all right, fine. So in I go to piano, hated it, never practiced,
Right.
did not like it. I didn't start liking it until I think, like middle school, going into high school and stuff, where I started playing it, and all the girls was like, "Oh,
that's
you can
normally
play piano."
Oh yes.
And then I was like, "Yeah,"
That's normally what causes it.
Yeah, that's part of it. And then after a while, I started to play with Pluto Shervington. My dad got me in with him. He was like, "No, the youth good.
Yeah.
You take him and put him on stage and make him play."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, cool." So there I was,
14-year-old them time.
14, playing at Sundays on the Bay.
Wow.
Right, way down at Key Biscayne.
Paid gigs.
They were paid gigs.
What?
Maybe not as much as them, but I got a little something.
Right.
So but of course I was underage and I couldn't be allowed in the club. So they put a ficus palm in front of me, and I played behind the palm tree. The palm tree.
Easy. I like that.
Yeah, but that was the start of that. And I mean, I enjoyed it. I liked it. And then from then I started to get into doing little production and stuff like at home with my keyboard, just doing stuff at home.
Right.
Which my brother played a big part in that, as far as setting me up with stuff, little equipment, because he was, he's an engineer, so he's the real techie guy. He's the nerd of the family.
Right. We all got one.
Yeah. So so he set me up with little things, and I just started to get more into it to the point where I reach home from school, throw the bag on the bed, and I was just going in and stuff, and my punishment anytime I was bad or whatever, my punishment was they took away the power cord from my keyboard.
I dig it.
So when that happened, I was like, wait, no, that's like taking a phone away from a little teenager right now.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, no. I take back everything that I did. I'm sorry. Like,
I'm gonna be good.
Give me back my power cord.
I'm gonna go to church.
So, but from then, and then, years going by in just kept playing, and you know, you're meeting people and doing stuff. Every year you're growing, and you know, playing basketball all my life, from when I was, I don't know, since I could walk, I was playing basketball. You know, so that was my main thing, and going all the way up from youth ball, going all the way up into high school, and my senior year of high school was supposed to be the year for me. Scouts and everything coming and whatever, the first game and stuff. And a week before the first game, I told Coach, I said, Coach, nah.
Wow.
Nah. You know, I just said, you know, I don't want to do this. Man. I want to do music. So my parents didn't even know that I did this.
Coach still vexed.
Coach, I'm a father. Father, Gene did not speak to me for about 2 weeks. And I came home and I said, I quit basketball. I never seen my mother so happy and my father so vexed.
A house divided.
Politics. Yeah. You know, so, but, you know, after the 2 weeks, my father come to me and said, you're still doing track though, right? I said, yes, Dad, I'll do track. All right, then. All right, cool. Good.
At least you didn't give it all up.
No, I didn't give it all up. But, you know, that was my love. If I was to say, what would I do instead of music, like I would have probably tried to pursue that way. And then, you know, I dabbled in architecture in school too. Like, that was one of my favorite subjects. Architecture. So I probably maybe would have looked about that too.
I bet y'all didn't know all of that. For me, I love digging into the backstories, because for me, I feel like you kind of can't tell too much or understand too much about who the person is today unless you have some information as to where they're coming from.
No, but and also too, but you see, to add to it, like the summer of my junior year going into my senior year too, like I was doing shows, like traveling. And playing for people,
right,
and stuff, you know. So we reached that point. So I was like, you know, my sophomore year, like, couldn't really do too much because of school and stuff. But like in the summertime, that's what I was doing. I was actually going out and I was playing all these places, and you know,
so the rest of the kids are at the park.
While the kids are at the park, I'm in somewhere in the United States or in some island and stuff, and I'm playing.
Wow.
You know, so you know, of course, the bug caught me because I'm like, yo, I like this.
Love the travels, love the music,
you know.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're hearing it right here. We're gonna come back, we're gonna talk some more, and of course I got the songs for you. We're going through the catalog. All right, check this one out. This one is called Real Love. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
Wow, you started at a young age, Jason.
Love you the way you deserve to be loved.
Blackstone, big up yourself. Xavier, Hal Anthony, Joanna Marie, thanks so much for joining us. Marcia Ball.
Sometimes I think I don't deserve you, 'cause reality feels so much like a dream. Let me give you real love.
And Bessa, Paul Anthony.
I say, oh, you are everything I dream of, giving you love like you never had before. Yeah, baby, everything you dream of.
So rock.
I wanna give you and more, making everything for you.
Brian, you'd have to sit that team. sure is.
In the morning, love it in the evening, love all night, baby. Love, real love like never before.
Ladies and gentlemen, that one there is Real Love. It is Destra featuring Peter Morgan. It's a big tune. So you started out with Pluto pretty much as your first real gig.
Yes.
Aside from the beginnings with Pluto, who was your first big opportunity that made you say, yeah, I want to do this? I know you say you went out on the road and did some traveling, but who was it that made you say, yeah, man, this is what I want to do?
Well, Hal Anthony and the Real Rock band at that time.
Hal Anthony's listening right now. Big up, Hal.
Yes, Hal. He knows. You know, Hal go back quite some years now.
Yeah.
And it's actually Hal that actually gave me a chance to say, come in, youth.
Yeah.
And I was fresh. I was still in school. I was still in high school them time.
Yeah.
I remember my first gig with them at the Domino Club.
Wow.
Right? And we played for like a one bag load of artists, some Screwdriver to Kashif to Marcia Ball was there too.
Big up yourself, Marcia Ball.
I mean, the list goes on. Lieutenant Stitchy, I think he was there. Brigadier Jerry.
Wow. The legends.
All like a whole slew of people, and we're back, all of them.
Right.
And so, from there, it was actually, with them, that's kind of where the fire was lit, but now it's like, okay, them throw gas on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So big up Joe Fagan, Tulax, Hal Anthony, Cabbage, Kevin.
Easy.
No
government names, huh?
How you mean?
No names or fingerprints. I'm not surprised that's a Hal Anthony because that's the type of dude he is. So that is Hal. Big up yourself. Now, with all that, because I don't get starstruck easily, right? But I get geeked out. I got geeked out for Marcia Griffiths. Coming to love Marcia. Who was it at that time that you ever played for that you just geeked out on?
You know what? I have no idea.
Nah.
I think I was more geeked out on seeing the crowds.
Oh, okay.
For the first time.
Yeah.
After Real Rock band, and then we moved to the Millennium band.
Mm-hmm.
Right as the new year hit 2000. Mm-hmm. It was like, no man, we are changing the name, Millennium Band.
Riding with the time.
Yeah, and then we started to play with Glenn Washington at them time.
Right.
And so we started to tour with him. And so it's like going around. I guess you can say he was probably like the first major mainstream reggae artist that I have actually toured with, like been on actual tour. Mm-hmm. And just seeing the crowds, and I was like, whoa, this is cool.
This is real.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
But I mean, previous time, even when we played in the clubs, because at that time we played for every dance artist you can think of at that time. Mm-hmm. Every reggae artist, we were the band.
Backing everybody.
Mm-hmm. Bumblebee.
Right.
Right. That same plaza there.
Yeah,
Bumblebee. We was there like every weekend, every other weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's like, I don't think I really had time to get starstruck because it was like, all right, we're playing for this person. Here's the material to learn
this.
Yeah, so I had to learn it, and you want to make sure that everything is right. You're playing all the notes right. You have all the right cards and all the right, the details of the songs. You want to make sure that they're right, so that the artist is like, that's my song.
That's my song.
Instead
of a version of it.
Yeah, instead of a version, it'd be like, all right. You don't want that. So.
Yeah. Nah, I feel you. It's a lot of times I always just wonder, who it is that, because sometimes you run into some people that's just you just love them and them just make a big difference. Now, most people who are in production, music overall, and especially reggae music, kind of fall into it. You know what I mean? From the conversations I've had with a lot of people. But most of the great ones, though, have some form of formal education. You're not only a taught pianist, But you went to school for multimedia. Big up SAE.
Yes, engineering.
You know what I mean?
9 months. I
9 months of that.
sacrificed 9 months. I said no touring, and so 9 months.
See that?
And I just did it.
Yeah, this
I
is
did
Miami,
it.
right?
This was SAE in Miami. My mother was always, well, both my parents, they always wanted me to do something like to have like some form of like something on paper, like you ever said, like something.
Yes.
And SAE was offering this course, and that I would be able to get an associate's from doing the course. And so, at that point, at that stage in my life, I was into the production, and I knew quite a bit about the ins and outs, the gear, and stuff like that. But I didn't know everything. I didn't know the grassroots of it.
Right.
And
that's what you learned there.
And that's what I learned there. I learned how to take 2-inch tape or even a cassette tape and learn how to cut the tape and piece it together, like how they used to do in the older days when they used that stuff, when there wasn't no computers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, and the ins and outs of a real big analog mixing board, the big SSLs and the Neves and all of that, where you can leave me in the room with it and I can get everything going up and running and without any problems.
Right.
So that was that. 9 months out of my life, no touring.
Yeah.
But everything happens for a reason, because in that 9 months, that's why I did the project with Third World.
Oh, okay. Wow. That's Ain't Giving Up?
Ain't Giving Up.
Ain't Giving Up. Mad.
That was another experience. That was like...
big up Third World. Big up Bonnie Ruggs. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Richard Daly, Cat Core, Tone Eruption.
Yeah, man. Still out there doing it well. Yeah, again, nothing is by happenstance. Everything's for a reason. Sometimes we feel so we control the destiny, but it ain't really that way. Going to SAE, getting that formal training, multimedia, getting that formal piano training and stuff like that. And like I mentioned earlier, a lot of musicians, a lot of producers that work it right now just falling into it. How important do you think it is for especially people behind the console to have some form of formal education?
Extremely important. Because that's where you develop your ears. Say me and you are recording, and you sing a note, and I'm like, how does it sound for me to say to you, hey, I want you to sing another voice on it, but make it higher. You're like, what? Make it higher, like make your pitch higher, like make it higher. You know what I mean?
What?
Versus like, okay, I want you to put a third harmony on top of this. And you'd be like, all right, cool.
Right.
Right? And then worse off, you can be like, because some singers, they don't know harmony like that, but they'll be like, can you play it for me? They'll be like, yeah, okay, so you're doing this, play this. And you play it. And be like, oh, all right, cool.
It's a language.
It is a language. Well, music in itself is a language. I've done projects with people that don't really speak good English, but speaking through musical terms, I even just be like, okay, I don't know good Spanish, so I'm gonna try my best. Habla whatever. My best way of communicating with them, be like, listen, I want you to sing this. And he'll be like, see.
Right.
Yeah, you get it.
Right.
Let's go. So
base is important.
The basics, at least learn the basics.
And I ask questions like those because we have a lot of upcoming producers and so forth that watch the program, and they of course they look to and they aspire to people like yourself to be where you are, reach where you are, and a lot of times again they're just walking the walk. I'm a firm believer in the formal side of things, and I just think that it is very important that they realize this and to hear it from you. Hearing it from me is just another guy, but hearing it from you, I think is just very, 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 very important. The other thing pretty much is this. the business side of the music. There are many, like I said, talented musicians, producers, and stuff like that in South Florida, in Jamaica, but they don't all have the resume you have. And I personally would attribute most of that to not just the talent, because a lot of them have talent, you know what I mean? But more so your aptitude for professionalism, having that business side covered, and knowing that either you acquire the knowledge yourself, or you make sure that your team acquire the knowledge. Right? How and that of course makes you way more attractive to the professionals, because they're dealing with a true professional, now they want to work with you. When did you realize, a lot of time there are little points in our lives, our career and so forth, when did you realize the importance of being able to know the business side of this music industry and the value of the business side of the music industry?
Well, that was always something that you know, my friends of my father, musician friends that have been in it from donkey years, that was something that they always mentioned to him, and be like, Gene, make sure that you would learn the business part, you know, because you know, don't want people taking advantage of him and stuff like that. So
right,
you know, make sure he knows something like that, and this is where Mom comes in, and she take it upon herself to start to learn about some stuff. So, you know, books go a long way.
Yeah.
You know, and if you really want to be in this music business, and you want to go places, and you want to, you know, you want to be up there. Read.
Right.
You don't know something, you don't know everything. Look it up.
The info is
you
there.
want it, the info is there, especially with the internet now. There's nothing hidden. Right. My mother took it upon herself and found an entertainment attorney, right, and got in with him, David Burkison. Never forget. And she was able to sit in with him
and learn.
He allowed her to be like, yeah, you know, you want to come in, just kind of be a fly on the wall for like maybe a few hours or whatever, and he did that. You know what I mean? And so that, you know, come on.
Yeah.
If you really want it, you can. There are people out there that will do that for you. Not everybody's going to want to do it. They'll be like, hell no.
Yeah.
Well, somebody will.
But somebody will.
And like I said, there's some information somewhere.
Yeah, and not only that, but you know, I forget what the book is called, but it's by an author named Donald Passman. I think it's called this
Business of Music.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, that served as a benchmark for a lot of projects that I've had to go through and read contracts and learn, you know, at least the basics of it.
Right.
You know, so, you know, listen, if there's something that you're not sure of, Google it. You see Google? Google is your best friend.
Google, YouTube.
Use YouTube. Use it. Use the tools that are available to you.
Especially since we're using them for everything else anyway.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
You know.
I dig that, because again, the information needs to get out there a lot. And here's the thing too. In conversation, a lot of time people make it seem like, the information, and we'd love to have the info, but we just don't. Nonsense. All right, so who want Vex? But the truth of the matter is this: a lot of them don't want the info. You know how I know? Because I even made an effort to bring an entertainment attorney in here.
Big up Appleton.
Ease up. Make sure somebody get my endorsement, all right?
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. So Appleton, we can get that space on the wall over there.
Yep.
Easy. But when we put that kind of information out, people don't pay as much attention as when I have a guest artist that's a musician in the building. The musician who already have a career now, already have his thing taken care of. They pay more attention to that than when we say, okay, you know what, let's bring somebody in to educate him. So a lot of times the info is there, we're not going for it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to continue to harp on that because I think it's important that we get this information. Now, a lot of people see J-Vibe on the stage. They see one of the best keyboardists in the business, I doing thing. What many don't see or know is that you're one of the best composers and producers in the industry. All right, in the words,
very much.
Trust me, in the words of one of the great philosophers, Kevin Hart, like I played earlier, you're gonna learn today. You know what I mean? You're gonna learn today. Where are you more comfortable though, on stage or in the studio?
The studio is my home. that's where my heart is. From the start.
Right.
The stage, the stage would be like your closest relative's house.
You're comfortable there, but it ain't home.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You find it where you do your thing, you can go wherever, but the studio is that's my domain.
I got you.
Yeah, but stage, I mean, hey, I'm gonna find a way.
Right.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna find a way to get whatever needs to get done is gonna happen, and it's gonna, So,
ladies and gentlemen, we're digging and we're prying, and the reason I'm doing this is because I told you I'm gonna bring in somebody. We're gonna talk about this whole Grammy scenario. But a lot of times when they bring somebody in to talk about anything, could be crack. They want to know what your credentials are.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we're talking to J-Vibe about this stuff right now. I'm gonna drop one more joint for you right now. A song that I really dig. It is on the Bird's Eye Rhythm called All I Want. Pressure Bus Pipe. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
It's Pressure Bus Pipe.
Wanna have my child, say that we were meant to be. If you ever wanna make me smile, think of only you alone and what the future brings. I'll give you anything, many kisses with a dozen roses. Woman of my heart, deep down within, all I want is you to love. You give me butterflies when I'm with you. I feel so alive. Never knew that this day me woulda get you. Everything set so Jaja done bless you. Now it's for you to know where this love gon' take you. Take you as my empress, need you in my world. I would be too senseless to have another girl. Give you the attention anytime you call. You're the most beautiful of them all. All I want is you to love. You give me butterflies when I'm with you. I feel so alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, the song is called All I Want. It is Pressure Bus Pipe, and the rhythm is called the Bird's Eye Rhythm. You're saying that one is one of your first rhythm?
No, it's not one of.
It is.
It is the
first one.
The first
well,
that I decided to do.
If that's what you're coming out the gate with, then it's we good.
Well, thanks.
It's a big one. It's a big one. Now, being the best at what you do, that puts you on the radars of, as a producer, people's radar, as a producer. But what appeals to you when it comes to, outside of the obvious benefits, when it comes to working with an artist? You the one for them radar, but what appeals to you when it comes to working with an artist? What are you looking for when it comes to working with an artist? When an artist out there doing this thing, what it is that's going to catch your interest and say, you know something, I want to work with you?
I it's kind of hard to answer that question.
Yeah?
Yeah, because I don't think there's any one particular thing that kind of stands out and be like, oh, yeah, I like that person. Of course, when you see somebody perform and you hear them and you're like, oh, all right, they sound good. They look good. They got good, stage presence. And then sometimes it's not until after you actually sit on and just have a conversation with them and you're like, oh, all right, I can work with you.
Yeah.
But actually, one person that I was like, yo, one of these days, like, I want to work with him. Bunji Garlin.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Big up, Bunji.
Yeah, Bunji. He I mean, there are only others, but
right.
He you know, he came down to do a show. This was before everything, when he still had locks.
Mm.
But then he was walking around the park and stuff, and then, you know, listen to him do his thing. And then he did something happened on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, all right, well, here I'm just going to freestyle this on until we can get some power.
Right.
Whatever. And the man started doing his thing. And so when I was doing something, I looked and I said, I listened to like some of the, like what he was saying. It was making sense.
Mm-hmm.
And it was fire lines.
Right.
Like he was doing
freestyle.
for a freestyle, you know? These are some things that people actually be like,
yeah.
all right, let me actually thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I have to write it down. You know, this
Right,
man was
right.
going off the top of the dome, and I'm just like, yo,
wow,
he's dope.
Bunji wicked.
He is dope.
And I've seen some freestyle videos with him with him wicked.
No, he is amazing.
Wow.
When it comes to that, you know, so yeah, big up Bunji Garlin, you know, for real, because he's a truth.
He's an exceptional talent.
Yeah.
Now, at the beginning of the program when we started, I played some you know, some snippets of some your work. That song, Keisha Cole, Sent from Heaven, as a big tune. When you did that one, how did that change or affect your career as a producer?
Well, how the track came about. Let me just let's go there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane, was it Wilma? 2005.
Yeah.
All right, Hurricane Wilma came in, marched down the place, and we didn't have any power.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everything was all over the place. So the first instance that we got power, where my studio was in my bedroom,
Mm-hmm.
and I opened the windows, and I can see like the stream flowing down the street.
Wow.
You know, with debris and everything, like just water rushing down. That's like, dang. And then so I was like, all right. And I was like, all right, record that.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like, okay, damn, this sucks. But it's how, but you know, that was the kind of inspiration, because at the end of it, you know, even though all the, you know, the water and stuff coming in and the damage and stuff, it's still like bright sun out.
Right.
You know, so it's like, you know, okay, it's a start of a new, you know, like it's a fresh.
Yeah.
So when I heard what she did, that just like, it just completed the puzzle.
How was the connection made?
Well, it was through, I was working with, another guy named Alex Francis, and we were doing a project together and under Ghost Riders.
Right.
It was a production team in Ghost Riders. It was me and him.
Mm-hmm.
And the person that was managing him at the time knew Keisha's manager at the time, Manny.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, oh, yeah, we went to college together.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, all right, cool. So she sent him, you know, a bunch of tracks. And she picked that one.
Right.
And that was the end of that.
Wow. So it's timing is one thing, but being ready when the opportunity presents itself is a major thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, you never know when
the opportunity knocks.
Well, not only when the opportunity knocks, but you never know when things are supposed to happen for you.
Right.
You know, that's something that I did in 2005. And I never saw any light until 2 years after that.
Wow.
You know, The Crown by Kaylin.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Big tune.
That was a track that I did from like 2010.
Wow.
And it just coming to light
2018.
8 years later.
Patience.
So you never know.
Ladies and gentlemen, listen to the heat, and that's my big mom's too, you know.
Sent from heaven.
My big mom's.
Sent from heaven. Now You can wait your whole life wondering when it's gonna come or where it's been. You may have got your heart broken a few times in the past.
All right, that's enough, ladies and gentlemen. That one is Keisha Cole. Again, I know it sounds kind of crazy for me to say that, but she's adopted. All right, so don't worry about it. so don't worry about it too much. All right, we could make it happen. Plus, we're from the South. But that's a big tune. That's a big tune. That's a big tune. And then, of course, another major one in your career too was the Estelle joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how did that one come about?
Through Super Dupes.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Super Dupes called me. It was like, "Yo, Jay, come through.
Mm-hmm.
I got something from John Legend. Sent me something
right
to do." So I was like, "All right, cool." So I go over there and it's like, "Yo, we got to make a track for this."
Right.
All he had was the acapella.
Oh, so that's all you got?
That's all
her?
I got. So this was like, boy, G, we don't know anything about hear the acapella here. And I said, "No man, all right, cool, play it. Let me hear it." I was like, "Yo, just pull up one of the keyboards." I was like, "All right, cool." And yeah, so when she started, I started playing. He was like, "All right, cool." And I would say, "All right, go on, record."
Mm-hmm.
I said, just press record and we'll figure it out afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it's like, all right, good. And so I just started playing, found all the keys, everything.
Mm-hmm.
This was like, all right, I got it.
Wow.
I got it. I got everything that I need. And so he went in, pieced everything together.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, all right, Jay, come back in now.
Yeah.
He's like, yo, what do you think of this?
Mm-hmm.
And I played it, and he played it, and I was like, yo, that's fire. That's fire. He was like, all right, cool. Like, he's like, all right, do you hear anything else to go in? And I was like, yeah, actually I do. And that's the harp came into play in the middle of the song. And he was like, yo, that's dope.
Yeah.
I was like, but you better hurry up and record it before I forget it. So,
catch the inspiration while it's there.
Yeah, man. So that's how that came out.
I love it, ladies and gentlemen. It's a big tune. Make sure you get that one.
I'm trying to change the rules. You deserve something good in your life. We waited for far too long, so come get your blessings tonight, baby. Won't you come over, love?
You all know the song, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and make sure you go ahead and get them songs. All right, the catalog is immense. The catalog is immense. But not only is it immense, but it is dope. So make sure you go ahead and get the music out there. Support the artists, support the musicians, support the producers. It's a big thing. Hope.
Jason, how do you determine if someone is truly worth collaborating with? How do you determine that?
Well, talent, one thing. But also I look at the determination too. Not everything is about the talent. Talent plays about 60 to 70% of it. You see, there's a thing named professionalism and determination. And, you show me that you really want to do this, that you're serious, because I'm serious. You know what I mean? I'm serious, and listen, if you're just in it just to say, yeah, I got a song out, and that's it, then no, I'm not the guy for you. So this is actually, this is what I do. This is my bread and butter. This is who I am. This is who everybody around me has groomed me to be.
Right.
So, I don't take that lightly. And so if, it's a craft. Take your craft serious.
Serious. Be ready.
Yeah. Show up on time. That's a big thing.
With artists, huh?
Yeah. People want to feel like, all right, I say 5 o'clock and they don't want to show up until 6 o'clock, 6:30 or anything. I was like, no, where are you? Oh, I left. I'm gone. I'm home. Well, so we're not having a session again? Yeah, at 5. But I didn't hear from you. I tried to call you, and I didn't get any answers. So I left. So when can we get in? I have no idea Let me check. Let me see. No. Time is money.
Yes, it is.
Not only money, but I mean, time is not money. Meaning is not physical paper.
Right. A value. There's
It's
a value. Yeah.
It's a value on it. To have our family at home.
Yeah.
A wife and kids and that that hey, if I'm not working, trying to put food on the table and doing that, I can be home with them.
Yeah.
Big up my wife. And my kids them.
Easy.
Yeah.
Can you big up yourself? She says, "What's going on?"
Yeah, you see?
Easy. I love it.
Sunshine of my life.
Bam, 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 bam.
Wow.
Brownie points, bro.
Yeah, you can see Camille and Kylie J in the mix. I go.
Tired of that couch, huh?
Yeah. Look.
Hope, go ahead, man. I know you got more questions over there.
Of course. I want to know what his mindset is like when composing and arranging new music.
What is? Say it again.
Your mindset.
My mindset.
When composing and arranging new music.
That's a very interesting question, because I don't even know where my mind goes. To be honest, like it's just something like, okay, when I get into it, and I just start and I just go. I just go. Like when I say, okay, you tell me what you want, and we're holding a little vibe and whatever, and then you're like, yo, I like that. I like those chords. We're like, all right, cool. And then I'm just like,
just stay focused.
Lock off, and I'm in it, and I'm focused.
You're focused.
Yeah, that's how I did work with Vivian Green.
Right. One of my favorite songstresses too.
Yeah, I was a little starstruck with her.
She fine. She fine too, but that's not the point. Big up herself, Vivian Green.
Yeah.
I like her music though. She's dope, and I dig the songs that you have with her, especially "Save Me." I really like that song.
And that was the first reggae song she ever did ever in her life.
Was "Save Me"?
Was "Save Me"?
Wow.
And she wrote it right on the spot.
Wow. So she was in the studio with you.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That's a big tune. I'm gonna have to touch that for the masses and crew out there to let them know what it's about. But it's one of my favorite joints from her overall. I like her stuff because she had that neo soul rootsy vibe.
Yeah.
And then when I heard that one, dope. I was like, "Is that her?"
Yeah, she's so dope.
Mad. No, we talking Grammys, right?
Yes.
We're rolling back into that. Just wanted to make the massive and crew out there know where your work is, where your catalog is, the history and so forth, so we can talk Grammys. You've been nominated quite a few times, and you've taken home a couple.
Yes.
You know what I mean? What does going from producer, musician, Jason J Vibe Farmer to multiple Grammy Award winning producer, J Vibe Farmer, mean to you?
Nothing.
Well, that was cool.
No, you know what? Absolutely. It's an accolade that I'm like proud beyond words to have. I know I'm extremely blessed to even get that far.
Right.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't change who I am.
The work goes on. And the minutes keep ticking. Right.
I always keep going. And that's it. I just move on to the next project. It's like I say, good job, J Vibe.
Right.
On to the next.
Tomorrow's Tuesday.
Yeah, tomorrow is Tuesday, so gotta make sure you do, what you gotta do. But, it doesn't change. It doesn't change anything for me. It makes you feel good. It's, if I want to big up myself,
right,
and have, I can have my own ego in the room if I need to,
right.
But outside of that, please, you think my wife come and tell me, Jason, go and wash the dishes or something? I'd be like, hey, who you talking to? I'm a Grammy winner. Couldn't tell me.
Try.
Yeah, all right, go ahead. She going to tell me and say, yeah. Now I'm your Grammy with two.
With steamed fish and bammy.
Them dishes need to get clean.
Oh my God.
You know, so you know,
Listen, legacy ain't got nothing to do with her.
no. I mean, anybody. That's, you know, my father saying, my father worse. Grammy, and me bill you, you know.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Keeping it real.
Trust me. Now we're getting to the nook and the cranny about this whole Grammy thing right about now. 100, and I keep repeating this. 129 albums submitted. All right. This is where, to me, the political part and the popularity contest comes into play. Because, like I said, who the heck is listening to 129 albums? So it's name recognition. In a case like this, if 129 albums are submitted and a big name artist is among them that you know, you're obviously going to listen to that. So it is real. It is true that there could be some quality stuff over there, real good, even better than what we are talking about right now. But it just never gets that listening ear. Who makes up majority of the voters that vote on the reggae category? Is it people like you and I, or are those the same voters that are voting for country and bluegrass categories?
Everybody, any voting member
votes on everything, and they have no idea.
Some do, some don't.
Okay, that's the first question. A lot of people we talk about, we're like, okay, so who exactly is voting? It's not like we have the reggae people vote on reggae things and whatever.
No. Listen, anybody can be a member. I'm gonna say anybody, you know. I mean anybody who can sign up to be a member if she wants.
Okay.
Right? She can go on Grammy365.com. Sign up. Cost you $100. You sign up. I think it's a year. You know, and you renew every year. Right. But that gives you a voice. Just like in the Senate. Right. Elections, whatever. You have a voice. The only thing is you don't get the little stickers that says I voted. You know what I'm saying? But you vote.
Right.
You voted.
But then that being said, then that means that there's some accuracy to when people say majority of the votes would come from people who have no idea what reggae is, besides the popular names. And we always go back to, for example, and I guess I could ask this, because a lot of people always come back to this thing, why is it that if there's a Marley in the category, automatically they win?
I remember something, you know. Reggae. Who would you say is the not the originator of reggae, but who made it popular?
Bob.
His last name is what?
Marley.
From how long ago?
Donkey years.
Okay. Yes, that plays a big part of it. Right? Because he's been there from the get-go.
Yes.
Right? That name has been there, is a household name forever. Right? Now, you have to play the politics too. Right? With this whole thing. Your campaigning. If it was so easy, you wouldn't see Damien or Stephen or any of them taking out full page ads in Billboard and all of these things saying, hey, for your consideration.
So they got a campaign too.
Everybody have a campaign.
Right.
It just helps.
Right.
That, okay, hey, the last name Marley, but that doesn't mean, it does not mean that
they're automatic.
That isn't automatic.
Right.
This year, I think is going to be proven that.
Well,
but you ain't hear that from me.
There's an indie street.
That's just my feeling of it. Like I saw the entries.
Right. And who's in? Ziggy?
Ziggy's in. You know, let me see off the top of my head. Ziggy's in. Itana is in. Alberosi and the Wailers are in. Who else now? Sting and Shaggy are in.
What my sound effects there?
Bing! No, I mean, and Jesse Royal is in. A lot of Hawaiian artists are in. Nomad is in. Maoli is in. Also, who else? that I remember that I saw.
Is Agent Sasko in?
Yes, I believe so. I believe Sasko is in. I said Jesse
Iactine is in.
Iactine is in. Estelle is in.
Estelle's in with that album.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there are some others that I'm leaving out.
And 120 that we don't recognize.
And listen, you have to try.
Right. I ain't mad. I submit mine.
You know what I mean? Listen, you have to try, because how else are you gonna other people that they're gonna see your name. You want them to see your name and be like, oh, I saw that name before.
Right.
At least
Generate your own familiarity.
At least give her a chance.
Yeah. I dig that. No, I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. As far as the whole Grammy thing goes, where some concerns about phasing. I hope it wasn't you and I, was it? Talking about people concerned about they're trying to phase out the whole concept of Jamaican artists or certain artists being accustomed to the reggae category, so that if and when we get to the point where there's absolutely no Jamaican artists in there, we're kind of. I either think that's a conspiracy theory, but
I think that's stupid.
I think it's that was my take on it. I think it was a dumb thing to think, but people think all kind of things. I think there's a big conspiracy. Hope, I know you have some questions regarding this Grammy thing.
How long have you been a member of the
board? Since 2001. Yeah, 2001.
Wow, it's been a while.
Wow, that's amazing.
But let me say this though. You see, yes, the labels are responsible for submitting the albums.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be a major label to submit your album.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can be Joe Schmo from Joe Schmo Records.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own thing, and you submit.
Okay.
What happens after that? I don't know. That's out of my hands. But you can. Mm-hmm. Everything is documented, like I said.
Right.
You want to know about it? Look it up.
Right.
You want to know, how can I get my album there? Easy. It's right there in front of you.
Right. This Grammy thing is real. It's a real topic of contention and a topic of conversation for people in the diaspora, because I think there's some form of a feeling that affluting, you know what I mean? Like it's ours and it's being taken away.
Why is that though?
I don't know. I don't know why people feel that way, but that's as I have conversation with, you've probably heard people say stuff like that. Like,
Yes,
I've heard people say that.
We're losing this thing.
We're losing it, yeah.
Yeah, but why though? Because the quality
is a big
horrible.
issue.
Right?
The quality is horrible, but that's only a part of it though, because truth be told is, even if like we just said, even if, let's say, the man them decides that they're improving the quality and they're putting their all into it, the political part still comes into play, the popularity part of it. Now that's because, again, we're talking about Grammy here now. I'm talking about the integrity of the music.
Yeah, but campaign. Do your footwork.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Morgan Heritage wasn't a huge yes, they're huge reggae thing, but in that part of the world, at that particular time, they campaigned heavily on the West Coast,
mm-hmm.
Which is where a lot of the main Grammy people were. Not only that, right, but they went a step further, right? Now they went in and hired a PR person
mm-hmm.
that is known, for that stuff,
right.
that does, that have the connections to get to certain people, whatever. Yes, that costs money, but it can be done.
Part of the thing.
It's part of the thing. You can't run for Senate if you don't have gazillions of dollars.
It goes back to what you're saying, the business savvy side of it, and do the work, do the groundwork.
Yeah, but you know how we are. We ain't trying to do the work. It's a lot of times the people, the most conspiracy theories are the people who don't want to do the work, and it's not a music thing. It's just the people who work the hardest. If you succeed too far, then they start saying you're part of the Illuminati. There's a whole bunch of stuff that they'll come up with to pretty much substantiate why I'm not there and you are. But again, we're talking music here, ladies and gentlemen, and again, it comes right back down to this whole Grammy. When it comes to the submittals, right? And I'm just saying, I haven't listened to a fraction of those submittals, but one of the biggest, if not the biggest name that's in there that I've listened to is the Sting and Shaggy album. That's the biggest name that I've listened to. If there's a bigger one, I just haven't listened to it. And then one of the best albums that's in the category that I've listened to is the Alba Rosie album, right? So I've listened to the biggest person and I've listened to the best album, in my opinion. What's the likeliness, and this is quite rhetorical, but I'm asking anyway, what's the likeliness that clout is going to definitely trump quality when it comes to this award at this point in time?
Well, all right. Let's think about who you're talking about first.
Sting.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I really need to say anymore, but you know what? Yeah, that could have something to do with it there in that aspect of it. I mean, come on, who's Sting?
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, we're being real here, right?
Yep.
Right.
So
ends the politics.
Sorry about this, Ziggy. Sorry about this here, Zig.
What is it?
Ends the politics, right?
Yeah. So Ziggy was huge until Sting showed up.
Yes.
You know, but then again, you know, this is just, you know, I want the people to know that, you know, again, this is just our opinions.
Right.
Still, you know, I mean, like, you know, I'm not a guru of the Grammy board or anything like this. I only know what I know.
But that's what we asked for. Hold on. When we submitted the paperwork,
all right, bye.
We asked for the guru, you know.
I'm not gonna say that. You know, I don't know everything about it, and
Right.
you know the ins and the outs of it like that. But you know, I can only share what I know,
right,
and my opinions
right.
of it. So you know, I could be completely wrong.
I got a feeling
You know,
ain't.
I hope that you know, and this is a conversation that myself and Damien have had, where you know where I brought to him, it's like every time you enter, why it's like
as we enter,
and you know and it came up and I was like, well, you know what, to be honest, Gang, like I never thought halfway through should I win. I mean, I think Bears should have win, and he was like, really, why do you think that way? And I said, well, my opinion is I thought Bears album was a better album,
right?
And he was like, and he respected it, you know what I mean? And he was like, you have a point. It's two different styles of reggae, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know, it's still that's just my opinion, you know. And he himself will be like, listen, there's some albums in there too that maybe sound better than mine. But at the end of the day, I did what I had to do. The others didn't do all of that. They campaign, they hold their meetings, they find out information. They find out who they need to talk to, or they send this PR person to that and to do this marketing here or whatever. You know, they do the groundwork.
Right. But here's the thing, and I give credit where credit is due, you know, honestly. You see, people always talk about the Marleys and them like it's a shoo-in, right? And I'm going to speak on behalf of the Damien Marley albums that like I mentioned earlier, I don't think Halfway Tree should have won. And the good thing is this, having had conversations with Gang myself, I don't think he's the type of person that's going to take any offense to the fact that you have the opinion there.
No.
No, as far as all the other Damien Marley albums that won, even the last one that won, some people have them questionable thing whether Chronic should have gotten it or not. But I think it's an underdog syndrome where I root for the underdog. At the end of the day, though, I don't think that it was given to the wrong person. If either one could have gone. When it comes to all of the Stephen Marley albums, I don't see any album that was in the category that should have beat out the Stephen albums. I will not go around and say I'm the biggest Ziggy fan. I love his music, but I can't say I've consumed his music enough to know the ins and outs of his albums. Right. So if he might get preferential treatment, that's how you go. But if it was just a Marley thing, how come Kimani and Julian none Grammys? If it was straight up Marley, you know what I mean? How come them two not have no Grammy? So I think I understand where people come from with it, but at the end of the day, it's one thing if they showed up half-assed with the work and still got the Grammy. They showed up.
Yeah.
And do what they're supposed to do.
Yes. By right, when you hear an album from Ghetto Youths, Tough Gang and them, it's done right.
Right.
It is done properly. It is done to the highest quality where you can go and you hear it.
Especially Stephen's thing.
Especially Stephen.
Yeah.
They take tremendous pride in just the sound quality of what they're doing. You know what I mean? They spend months on one song.
Right.
You know what I mean? Certain gang songs, and I see them editing drums from song from last year. Still editing drums and doing certain things until it's like, until you hear it, you're just like, whoa.
And I don't want to hear the money argument either, because people are always throwing, they can afford it. So can you. The thing is, when it comes to musicians, and I have conversation with musicians too, yes, their resources may be a little bit more, but at the end of the day, they're working what they've got. A lot of times we're not asking you to fly in the same engineer that the Marleys fly in, but do it to the best of where you can get it. You're not trying to do that. You're trying to get the homie to do it. And then when you don't get the same level of production, then you don't admit that probably is part of the issue. You start making it sound like somebody's just straight up name. I do the thing. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking Grammys here. We're going to come back and run a couple more conversation about this one. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
Every night she walks right in my dreams. Since I met her from the start, I'm so proud I am the only one who is special in her heart. That girl is mine.
Ladies and gentlemen, this one is A Girl Is Mine. The album is Here Come the Kings. Morgan Heritage is a big one.
Girl is mine. Don't waste your time, because the doggone girl is mine.
We're going to get back to this Grammy conversation. But it's a big tune. I know the girl's mine, so I got to hear the rest of it.
Don't be let down, cause I really feel it's time. I know she'll tell you I'm the one for her, cause she said I blow her mind. The girl is mine.
Yeah, man, that one, ladies and gentlemen, is Morgan Heritage. The song is called A Girl Is Mine, and the album is Here Come the Kings. And again, I'm sitting here with the multi-Grammy nominated and award-winning J Vibe, and I'm here with Hope, who's won some awards herself, which we're going to get into in a little bit. Hope, I'm sure you have some questions for J Vibe. Hope's a little bit under the weather, ladies and gentlemen, but she's thugging it out, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
J Vibes, you were sharing some very interesting information about your first recording of the Grammy with Third World. Tell us more.
All right, G-Cole, you had mentioned about quality and a lot of people say, boy, I don't have that kind of money, forget that kind of thing. But, again, it comes back to what we were talking about earlier, and that is knowledge is power, because my first nomination that I've ever received with Third World on Ain't Giving Up album, I was just started going to SAE, and we started to do the album, and the studio that we did it in was no bigger than this room that we're in right now. As a matter of fact, my bed was over here. Keyboard and all them things was over that side. And the microphone that I had was a Rode NT1, which cost me, I think, almost $200. Was stuck in the closet. Right, with some don't laugh at me that was, and inside the closet I used mattress foam
Right.
And it just happened to be all different colors. Come on, what I had like a queen size of, and it was pink, that little mattress foam, and then one brown side.
Right.
And so, anyways, it got padded.
Working with what we got.
I work with what I had, and I'll never forget Bunny Ruggs. Go inside there for voice and come out with no shirt, wet, sweating. When Ruggs come out and say, "Woo, Rye, you're turning up." I'm talking about Uncle Cat. For go inside there, Cat just say, "All right, forget it," and just go in there without a shirt.
Without
one
a shirt
time,
from the
the get go, and go in and do him thing. You know, and we finished that album right there. We didn't have any big name engineers. It was actually, let me see, myself, Courtney Taylor, which now engineers for Pharrell and
Shaggy them.
Every big artist you can think of.
Right.
Big up Courtney Taylor. Sean Wedderburn. I think had some Gary Wong.
Yeah.
You know, God rest his soul, Gary Wong.
Yeah.
Gary Wong was there from I was 8, 9 years old.
Wow. Wong
Him know me, him grew me, you know? And yeah, that's it. And we did it. We mixed it. First Grammy nomination.
Wow.
I forget who we lost to, but
was
just
first.
to know that we made it that far
from
what we did,
Yeah.
to know that what happened in this room with these four walls is not a professional studio, and for the equipment that I have, surely was not, quality like that. You know, I had a little 16-track hard disk recorder, you know, and made it work.
Wow.
And all that, and to know that I was able to get that product and get it to that point, and then for them to actually be recognized at that level, that showed me that, hey, yo, you're doing something right.
Trophy or no trophy, that was
trophy
a win.
or no trophy, that's still a win.
That was a win. That was a win.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's, you know, so quality plays a big role, but knowing how to get it.
Yeah.
You don't need nothing. You don't need nothing. All you need is the know-how.
Right.
That's
and
it.
that's what we're lacking in most of the time.
Yeah, everybody wants to claim that they know it all.
Right.
But when it comes down to it, you know.
That 9 months would have come in handy.
Well, I'm not telling.
Trust me. Hope. Got some more for J-Vibe. I know you got some stuff over there on the laptop.
What was it like winning your first Grammy?
It was amazing. I was floored. Actually, I was floored, but you know, because you know, to get recognized on that level is just to be recognized alone is awesome, but then to actually win, that was like, yo, I did it.
Validation from a word.
Did it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yes.
The hard work.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it didn't last very long. You know, it was
tomorrow was Tuesday.
Yes. Good job. Proud of you. Awesome. You know, good.
The work continues.
Hey, remember say you have car note for paid. Tomorrow's due. So yeah.
Right. So a level of realism that we gotta accept when it comes to the production and everything. I personally think it's with a certain level of misguided passion and patriotism. Can't leave out the word patriotism, that we kind of judge things, you know. We have this hold on reggae like it's our thing, like we said a while ago.
Yes.
We want the thing.
Yes.
It's ours, so we're the best. And the best analogy I have is like when I used to go to high school in Jamaica, I used to have the football play them. And they're the star baller school, and I'm serious, I'm a star baller. Till they go play the away game and the real team show up and whoop their ass. You know what I'm saying? 6 love. And them thing there. So now they gotta come back home all humbled. Right. I think it's the same thing with the reggae music thing, is that you have people out there that even if they don't have all the talent that we've got and the know-how and the history and all them things they hold on to and latch on to, they put effort into the quality.
Right.
I'm still a firm believer, just like you just mentioned about that third world project, that is not necessarily how much you invest into it that's going to get you the quality, right? Is going to the quality, the right person. I was having a conversation with somebody the other day. I said, if we were to put out an album, because I hear people saying, oh, we need money to put out this album. If I handed you $100,000 cash, then what next? Is the dog that's chasing the tire. When the car stops and you catch up with the car, what you do now? You know what I mean?
You can have $1 million budget, right? And you get the top studios, the top musicians, everything top. But it still sounds like crap.
I call it to album, but we not do it.
And then what now?
Yeah. We got to get we have to get out of our own way. We have to get out also what we're saying pretty much here, and I don't want to ignore it because I know a lot of people still are. I'm getting them on my WhatsApp and all kinds of stuff. A lot of people still are chalking it up to great music is put out, but quality music, because here's the thing: great music and quality music, or should I say, great music and quality music is not necessarily mutually inclusive. All right, you can have great music that on a quality. I've heard great songs that weren't quality in terms of the finished product, and I've heard finished product that was quality that weren't great songs. They're not mutually inclusive.
Right.
So yes, the popularity is there, but definitely that whole campaign. For example, like we used Ioctane as an example. Next year, when Ioctane drop another album, his name will now be somewhat recognizable because you saw it last year, and he campaigned a lot. It's just different levels of campaigning. So I guess the first step we got to say to our artists is put the effort in. Ain't nobody gonna come knock on your door just because you're Jamaican and you think it's your birthright.
True.
To get through the door. I don't think the fear that most people have so much is which one of these artists winning them. Is as long as that one that we win. You know what I mean? We're going to find something to complain about. Once one of us takes it home, then we find the next complaint now is then why is not that album? Why is your album? Now we're talking about quality and which one is the best. But we started out just hoping that one of us won. Because we're holding on to that. So that's something I always say that we definitely have to work on. The quality thing is very important. And crazy enough, producers like yourself, you've got multiple Grammys to your name and other people who are in similar places. And when we go in the studio with you, the level of expectation that you have from me and the way you push me and what you expect from me to come out with is no different from what you're pushing the Grammy Award winners to do.
Right.
And that's what we need from the producers, because a lot of time our producer figure he's not really producing, he's just engineering a session. Record. Had that conversation with Jason the other night too.
Yes.
Are you really producing? All right, it's an engineer. Getting paid to record the session is 2 hours we are sorted out.
But at the same time, these artists have to understand that an engineer is an engineer.
And not a producer.
And not a producer.
Trying to say that budget, yo.
No, not even, not really nothing about that. But you see, that is the whole thing. I get a lot of work. I get some work if people want to book studio time to come and record a song. And I say, okay, cool. Come and record it. You come and record the song and they'll be like, so, what do you think I should do? I said, boss, no, just press button.
Because that's what I'm hired to do.
That's what I'm hired. That's what you hired me to do, and that's exactly what I'm doing.
You didn't hire me to produce this song.
No, I'm not producing the record.
Right.
But if you want my opinion, I'll be like, yeah, this is cool. It sounds good. You could have do that good thing here or there, but that's as far as it goes.
Right.
Stop assuming that everywhere you go
is a producer.
There's a producer, and don't call the engineer. Well, you're the producer, No, boss. I'm the engineer. Okay, if you want a producer, find the person that made the beat, and you and him work it out, and come together and actually make a real record. Right. Get with somebody that knows what they're doing, and y'all make a proper recording.
Right.
Don't just take it on yourself and say, I need to do this,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ego is a lot.
Ego is a hell of a thing.
Gosh. Wow. They said the fifth member of the band. Wow.
5th, 6th, and 7th.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we're talking with J Vibe. We're about to wrap this up. Time is of the essence. We've got a couple minutes to go. I want to thank everybody that's logged on. I'm going to drop another joint right here from the catalog. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
the ocean, and it wouldn't be good enough. Show all my emotions, and you still treat me rough. Give all my devotion, and you show me no love. I could give you my whole life, and it won't be good enough. I climb a mountain, run 1,000 miles for you. I'm a strong woman, but I swallow my pride for you. I can't afford to lose myself over you, 'cause if I gave you my whole life, no, it wouldn't be good enough. Hills and valleys I tried for you, walked through fire just to save you. I can give you my everything, but what would I get in return? The seas are rocky, we're sailing through. I won't turn over on you, but you wouldn't do the same. I can swim across the oceans, and it wouldn't be good enough. Show my emotions, but you still treat me rough. Give all my devotion.
Ladies and gentlemen, that one is good enough. The album is Reggae Forever. Wow. Listen, I want to thank everybody for engaging, man. Kadeen says she love that song. It's a big tune. It's a big tune. It's a big tune. Speaking of non-Jamaican, right? I do notice a lot of the producers that I come across, a lot of the, I'm going to leave it to producers that from Jamaica and this side of the fence, South Florida. They always try to reach out, trying to get something with the traditional big names from Jamaica, the familiar names. I do notice that a lot of your catalog. I'm just playing the particular songs I am because a lot of the people recognize those. But a heavy part of your catalog are from people from the other side of the fence, the Cali side of the fence. You know what I mean? That whole South Pacific region and so forth. Talk to me about that connection. How did you end up making that connection?
Well, it's actually started with this one group. No, let me go back further. The first show that I ever did with Kimani in 2001, I think, 2002, somewhere around this. We went to Hawaii. And I met this artist named Fiji. I didn't even know who this guy is.
Right.
Anyways, Kimani bigging him up and say, "Yo, Fee, just my brother," and da. So he came up on the stage. He brought him up on the stage in the middle of the show to sing "One Love," and this dude is like, must be about as tall as the top of the ceiling,
a big dude,
and a big like the table,
Samoan,
brother.
Yeah,
and this dude just started singing, and I was just like I stopped playing, and my mouth just hit the floor with some of the notes and what he was doing, and I was like, oh my God. So anyway, after that, we kept contact throughout the years and stuff, and nothing ever happened, not until recently. I just started to, I got into some stuff with this girl named Anohia. That's from the Hawaiian. Well, she's in the Hawaiian Islands, and she actually redid a version of "Come Over," and they did it in that, in her like Hawaiian. I think it's called Jawaiian, actually, and they did a version and it hit big, for her, and so it was like, okay. And at the time, Dean Pond was engineer for Shaggy. He was on the road with her, and was like, "Yo, send me some more stuff. I'm on the road with this girl named Anahia. She's dope." So I was like, okay. I sent her some stuff, and I get back this recording, and this girl sounds like Alicia Keys.
Wow.
And I'm just like, huh?
Right.
All right, cool. And then the song named "Higher Than the Clouds" came out, and that was her smash.
Right.
And that's like instantly hit. So from that, I was like, all right, we need to get in. And I started seeing checks. And I'm like, wait a minute. I like over here. This can work. So, I did my research and stuff, and later, talking with Fiji, I was like, hey, Fiji, man, anything that you got, anybody that you're working with, let me know. And, I would love to get in with any one of them. He was like, what, really, brother? All right, cool. I got you. Networking. And so, one thing led to another, and he hooked me up with this guy named Nomad, which is Damon Elliott,
right?
Which is the son of Dionne Warwick,
right?
So I was like,
that album's dope, by the way. Is it submitted for Grammy too?
Yeah, it's there.
That's a dope
It's
project.
there. It's there too. So thank you for that. So that came across, and then I went ahead and one of the radio disc jocks from over in Hawaii, Big Koa, right? He hooked me up with his group because they wanted to do some remixes, and all the remixes that I do, I would just do them for fun and I send them out. But he loves them. He's like a huge fan. He always plays my remixes and stuff everywhere in Hawaii. Big up Big Koa. Thank you for the support. And so he hooked me up with his group named Culture Crew, which is 4 guys, and they're all from that side. But they all live in Utah. But they're all from Samoa and Cali and all of that. So go over there, do some work with them. And then from one thing led to another. That's how I met with Tanel.
Dope artist too.
She's amazing.
She wicked.
She's amazing. So the first time that I heard her, I was like, I want to work with you.
Right.
And so that's how we started to work. So now, little by little, things are starting to roll more in that direction, which is fine. I don't have no problem with that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, reggae is reggae, whether it's a genre of music,
and that's the future too. A lot
and
of stuff.
It's the future of it, and where however it can reach the 4 corners of the earth, it is still under the same genre of reggae music,
right?
Which comes from Jamaica,
right? So that knowledge will always be there. Yeah,
that is the origin. You can't take that away from us. The origin is what it is. But the different versions of it, you like whatever you like, but it's still considered reggae.
Still reggae music.
It's just a different branch.
I'll go back to something Caution said once, which is pretty much, if the creators of reggae music, they wanted to stay hidden, you'd have kept it in your backyard. The truth is, as the music expands and it's somewhere else, I think it brings light to what's going on over here. So I have no problem with it. You mentioned Anuea, big dope artist. I'm gonna get him a little piece of that right here, ladies and gentlemen. She's dope. This one is.
Let emotions take control. You take me higher than the clouds, and your touch makes me wanna scream out loud. Ooh, you take me higher than the clouds. I don't wanna rush, baby. When we touch, wanna let you take me over. Ooh.
Just a little sneak peek. Make sure you go ahead and get that one. That one is Higher Than the Clouds. Anyway, featuring Chris Martin. Boom. I know you got some questions for J5.
Big up Cyclone Entertainment. Anyway there.
Easy.
I hope.
You've worked with different labels such as VP, Atlanta, Homeschool Record, E1 Entertainment. Just to name a few. What is that like for you?
Well, knowing that the major labels are knocking at your door is a good feeling.
I can only imagine.
Is a really good feeling. It's humbling, but it pays the bills. It's good. It means that I'm doing something right.
Yes.
Yeah. I dig that.
And especially when you have people like G Cole that plays your music. I was like, yo, coming for an interview and I wanted to interview you and stuff. That's like, that you've made it.
You are so
right. Something.
I'm telling you, when G Cole called me and was like, yo, I need you to come and do it. And I was like, you know what? Anything G Cole, I got you. I know that I made it. Mama, I made it. I'm on G Cole. Homegrown.
That is so true.
G Cole.
If you're not there, you're not there.
I'm gonna cut it out tonight. I cut it out. I appreciate it. I don't know where you come up with these crazy stuff, ladies and gentlemen. This is J Vibe.
I don't know what you're talking about. Crazy.
Oh boy. Look, we can't find the right sound effect right now because
see?
I would definitely drop it for you right about now. Here we go. So we're good.
Oh,
you know, like I've been waiting to drop that one.
I know. Big up Anne Marie, big up Zima Entertainment and the whole Corderhead family.
I love that song
because you know how I go already.
I love it. Now, when it comes to again, we're almost at that time. I want to thank everybody also for logging in with us. Talk to me about, you mentioned Nomad.
Mm-hmm.
This is his first reggae project, right?
Yeah.
What's that experience like? Were you guys in the studio together?
Nope.
No, just
not
ever.
Once. He's in Hawaii, and I'm right down the street.
Right. Technology, baby.
You know. So you know, but he you know, again, you see, it comes right back to it again. Once you know how to do something properly, knowledge is the power.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you don't need a huge studio to do stuff. Now, it's funny is that you mentioned him, and you know, we started to do work. I would send him, you know, the music, and he would record it at his house.
Right.
And after like maybe the second or third single, and things started to really bubble for him, he was talking to his mom, and he was like, "Mom, I think I should try and get a budget, and we go into the big studios." And she was like, "Hold on a second, baby. Don't get Hollywood on me now. You're doing good. Keep the formula how it is. The wheel is not broke.
Right.
Don't try to fix it.
Right.
If this is working, keep it that way."
Yeah.
And sure enough, that's what we did. And I think we have like almost 8 or 9 number ones.
It's a big
album. Off of that one album.
It's a big album. I really like the album because one, it's different, but two, it's a refreshing. A lot of times, here's what it is with the music now. Again, Jason Sterling was here the other day. We're talking about it. A lot of times when it comes to especially music done on this side of the fence, you see if they find one way to make it hit, then you get 800 of those. Like I mentioned, it's like for about 4 years of Drop Leaf and them stuff. That album has a refreshing sound. It have a refreshing flavor. And I was telling the vocals kind of give me like a John Legend kind of vibe.
Right.
On some of them songs.
Yeah.
And I really dig it. Ladies and gentlemen, I need you to go out and check out the music that we're talking about. Now, this is a crazy catalog, and I love the fact that it's not stuck over here. You know what I'm saying? It's everywhere. When artists that come from Jamaica, we focus on the US, we focus on Jamaica, and sometimes we focus Europe, England. There's a whole nother stratosphere. We're talking about Australia, New Zealand, Fiji. We're talking about over in the South Pacific, Hawaii, California. A whole untapped, and it's untapped to us. It's not untapped to them. But for those people who don't know who I'm talking about, let me give them a little piece of this one. This one is Take It Off from the album by Nomad, and it's a wicked album.
Saw that I was hurting and ignored the signs. In the line of fire you was flirting when you were by my side. Saw the green grass on the other side. It didn't even matter to you what you were doing to my life. Even when you used to call me to tell me you missed me, you never knew your girls were DMing me to show me all the guys you were kissing. Take it all, cause it's what you've always wanted. I don't wanna be there one day when you're blaming me for being broken hearted. Take it all, this is what you really started. Now that we have been departed, and we find ourselves back to that place, alone again. should have seen it from the moment I looked into your eyes. Although my homie tried to warn me, it's like you had me hypnotized. Was it your nice demeanor or your perfect smile? You should have known that I would catch up to your lies. Even when you used to call me to tell me you miss me, you never knew your girls were DMing me to show me all the guys you were kissing. So take it all, cause it's what you've always wanted. I don't wanna be there one day when you're blaming me for being broken hearted. Take it all, this is what you really started.
It is called Take It All, ladies and gentlemen. Again, big tune. Make sure you go ahead and check that out. J-Vibe, Wicked, and correction, it's not Crown Things, it's Grown Things. I'm gonna blame that one of your graphic artists though. But anyways,
Big up Appleton.
Big up Appleton. Make sure you send a check. I got that space on the wall exclusively for you. It's gonna say instead of the hate you drink give, it's gonna be the drink you give. So, but we're gonna make it happen. We're working on that. J-Vibe, thank you so much for stopping through, man.
Thank you so much for having me.
The pleasure's all mine, and I know Hope has at least one more question for you before we get out of here.
Yeah, let me ask him that.
Getting afraid now.
Looking back, okay, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give the younger version of yourself or upcoming young producers? What would you tell them?
Again, knowledge is power. Hone your craft. Take it serious if you're serious. You know, because there are people like myself that do this for a living, and yes, I'm very fortunate to do what I love as my job. But I took it serious. So if you're really serious about it, then you won't have any problems going the extra mile. Researching whatever you need to research, get whatever information you need to get, learn whatever that you want to learn. You might get up, don't be scared to learn new things, because every day you learn something new. And accept it.
Right.
Humble yourself.
That word keeps floating around.
Yes.
Humble yourself. You're not all that, because there's always somebody that's better than you. So keep it calm.
Right.
Do your thing. And don't let anybody dim your light. Keep shining.
I love it.
Keep shining.
Always that word of inspiration, man. It's good to give that one out there.
Yeah, man.
My last question for you gonna be a little different though.
Oh boy, hold on a second. Let me take a sip.
Take a sip. And it's not who you're voting for, but of the albums that you've listened to so far, which one is your favorite? I'm not saying which one you're voting for, but of the album, because you don't know. Of the albums you've listened to so far, like I mentioned, Alba Rose is mine. Right. Which one is your favorite?
You know what? You're gonna put me in a spot now. But you know what? I have a few. And okay, the ones that I'm on, okay, great. Fine. I'm definitely gonna vote for the ones for me. No, but
right.
No, outside of that Alba Rose album, wicked. Like that, Aston Barrett Jr., you really put your foot in that one there, brother.
For real.
So, Sasko.
Proper.
Brother.
Proper.
Yeah, the production and Conscience is also in it, which that album there, I played that album when it first came out. I played that album for a month straight, just non-stop.
Is that good?
I love it.
Conscience? Wow.
Yeah, it was refreshing to me for dancehall.
I would have never thought so.
Yeah.
Is the Popcorn album in there? The Popcorn album submitted?
You know what? I don't remember, to be honest. It could be, but I don't think so, but don't quote me. I don't remember for sure. But Sasko, the album is fire. Jesse Royal album is fire.
Big album, Lily of the Valley. Big album.
You know, I mean, Nomad album is fire. Mauli album is fire. Those guys, you know, over in Hawaii.
That Sting and Shaggy's fire.
Listen, that Sting and Shaggy is dope. You know, I'm leaving out those bigger names.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, they listen. They're gonna get their light.
Right.
Any which way that you're gonna put it. You know what I'm saying? So you know, those are not on the Sting level. you know, Etana album is dope, man. You know,
Romeo and Virgo, something.
Romeo and Virgo album is amazingly sick. Let me see. No, Estelle album is dope. I mean, listen, this year is gonna be a tough year.
It's heavy.
I'm not gonna lie because the material submitted is
it's
awesome.
good stuff.
It's good stuff. It's really, really good stuff, and it's quality stuff, which I appreciate it.
All right, cool. I dig it. I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to get that one. There's a song that I shouldn't say a song, but an artist that you mentioned earlier. I've gone through a lot of your catalog. Right, took me a year and a half. But I went
That's
through.
it?
Yeah, I'm talking the ones that's the CDs, not the whole thing. So you know, what I mean, that's for 2020. But there was one of the joints that's one of my favorite.
Yeah.
J5 Productions. I'm gonna drop that one for the masses. Just a quick one before we get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Check this one out. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown.
By blood and steel, I shall claim what is mine. Conquest is my name. Glorious is my soul. I see them. Valhalla's bosom shall receive them. See me? Know that I am Viking.
Make them ball out.
This is my arrival. I'm here for the crown. There will be no survival. I'm taking the town. The Viking leader. I come to lock this down. And they're gonna feel pain if they wanna jump up against a champion sound.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we dropped that one for you because we did mention the Bunji Garlin, how dope he was. We mentioned how dope Bunji is. But I want to drop something special. When I was introing J-Vibe at the beginning of the program, you heard me mention all the stuff that he's worked on. You know what I mean? I mentioned 500 out of the 7,000, but that's just because of time. But there's one album that you did some work on, and before I even drop the joint for the grown folks, the grown and sexy people in the building, I want you to speak on that one a little bit for me. Talk about this one, Transitions, Freddie Jackson.
All right, so he's probably one of the ones that I was like, holy crap. You know, and it's not until like, okay, we walked into the studio and all of that. Everything is fine. Mm-hmm. But it's not until he actually went around the booth and he actually started to sing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, holy crap.
This is Freddie.
This is Freddie Jackson. And I was like, oh snap. And I'll never forget. And he started to kind of, I guess, switch the tides, to say, more into his favor, like how he wanted to sing it and stuff like that, and kind of completely changed how the demo was. Right. And so I'll never forget, we was working, and then my manager came in at the time, Maureen Singleton, and she was like, stop it. And I was like, what happened? And I was like, hold on one second, Mr. Jackson. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second. And I was like, what happened? And she was like, boy, what the hell are you doing? And I was like, what happened? What I do?
How old were you at this time?
No, I was like, I didn't reach 25 yet.
Wow.
I think. Yeah. And so I was like, what happened? Now, Maureen Singleton, she used to manage SWV in the day, and she got them the week and all of that, whatever. Right? And she was known as like the the pit bull manager of like female manager, like you don't play with her, like she don't play. So she was like, boy, what the hell are you doing? You better get this man to sing this how that demo was, because that's what the label wants. So I was like, but
that's Freddie.
That's what Freddie wants. Like what he wants to go there with. He was like, can I cuss?
Sure, go ahead.
She was like, I don't give a fuck what Freddie wants. We need to deliver what the label wants. Freddie ain't paying you. The label's paying you.
Right.
Give the label what they want. Forget about Freddie.
The business side.
Yeah, and I was just like,
Mr. Jackson.
all right. I was like, okay. She was like, get it done.
Right.
And I was like, oh, shit. All right. So I'm like, how the hell I'm going to tell this man that we need to do this song all over again, and we need to do it this way. So I'm like, so he was like, what happened? What's going on? And I was like, all right, Mr. Jackson, it sounds great, but we need to do it over, because I want to do it this way, just like how the demo was. And he was like, boy, do you know who I am? And I was like, yeah, Mr. Jackson, and he was like, let me tell you something. Freddie sings the songs how Freddie wants to sing the song. Wow. And I was like, all right, hold on one second. And I left. I was like, all right, Mr. Jackson, give me 5 minutes. So I went outside. No, before that, my manager came in and she was like, boy, you better go outside and get your shit together. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I went outside. It was cold. This is brick. It was winter, but I didn't have on no jacket. And I went outside and I was sweating. And it was snowing and I was sweating. And I was just like, oh, God, what is going on right now? So this is like the first time I'm in with like this ginormous artist of, and so I'm like, all right, get myself composed and come back. He was like, what happened? I was like, no, everything is cool. Everything is good. I was like, all right, so we're going to do it this way. I want to change it, and we're going to do it this way. And he was like, all right, we'll see. And he walked back because, you know how we stay. Anyway. So he came in, and we started recording. We started recording, and I said, all right, hold on, Mr. Jackson, that sounds great, but I need you to sing it this way. And he was like, let me tell you something. I'm Freddie Jackson, right? You ain't nobody. I'm going to sing the song how I want to sing the song. And I was like, it's like, he kept reiterating to himself, it's like, you know who I am? You know who I am? And I kept it, and I was like, yes, Mr. Jackson, I know exactly who you are, and you sound amazing, but I need this song to be sung this way. So can we take it from the top one more time, please? And I started it, right? And so, and I never forget, Maureen came out, Magic came out, and she was like, that's how you do that shit, boy. You better do that shit. That's how you do that shit. You better show him who's boss. And so I'm feeling big now. So I got a cheerleader, right? So I'm like, Freddie's like, I don't like it at all. And I said, no, Mr. Jackson, this sounds great. This is exactly how I want it. Trust me. He was like, listen, Freddie don't sing this kind of thing. So Freddie gonna sing this today. This sounds great. Don't worry about it. I got you. And after that, everywhere he see me, he's like, I love this man. He has, a different respect for me and stuff. And because sometimes when you stand up to a person and you're like, yo, I know what I want, and you know what you want to get.
Yes.
And you bring it out of them. He said this, like, listen, I've never sang notes before like that ever. And you brought that out of me. So, it's a different kind of respect. A producer is supposed to do that. That's your job.
Yes.
You're supposed to bring the best and the better out of that artist.
That's production.
Yeah. That's real production, not a beat maker.
Yeah, I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking about Freddie Johnson or Eddie Jackson. We're talking about the legendary Freddie Jackson. I'm going to give you a piece of the joint right about now. This one is called Transitions, an album of the same name. Keep it moving, keep it grooving. It is Homegrown. What you need. Juice Media, big up yourself.
Touch me right there. Touch me, don't you be scared. 'Cause I'm willing to get intimate if you're willing to get into it. Baby, won't you relax? Let me rub your back. Ooh, this is tenderness. Girl, tonight I swear you won't forget ya. Let yourself go.
Freddie Jackson, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Transition. Go get it.
Let yourself go. Get into the mood. Autopilot on cruise control. My body wants it.
All right, that's all we're going to give you right about now. That one is Transition. It's a big album. It is a big album. It's a big album. Make sure you go ahead and get that one. Again, make sure you go ahead and check out the catalog of Mr. J Vibe. It is immense. As I mentioned to you before, it's not only is it immense, it's a quality
It
catalog.
is quality.
I'll tell you this, sometimes quality and quantity don't go together at all, especially in music, especially in reggae music. Now I call up my artists, but I have some of my favorite artists who, 10 albums deep is a lot, and I'm like, yo, this is dope. And then the next 10, they could have just easy until the inspiration came. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're not calling it. But anyways.
I'm surprised that I don't hear a G Cole cut though.
No, not today.
Out of this whole thing, when I hear a G Cole cut,
not today,
or a J Will cut, Rapson Kush cut.
There's a love that overcomes me.
Overcome me, yeah.
In everyone that's in the crowd.
In the crowd, yeah.
I'll whisper softly to you.
Whisper something in your ear.
Ain't you hear me though it's loud? Ooh, yeah. And this love is in my memory. It's a love our kids will never know. Take me back to the old days when days used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days.
I remember walking on the old days.
Back in the old days.
Aye, well, yo. Hey, yo, hey. Remember walking on the day when dancehall used to nice. A place to relieve your stress and to all the vibes. Some big sound a play speak and talk to the sky. And when the bassline drop, you see dim the street lights. Roll up and sing and grab a Guinness. Big tune a play beat down the wall, me no business. And keep me eye lock and hard to little Phyllis. Later on after party we got down a Guinness.
Yeah, in this place is in my memory. It's a place our kids will never know. Take me back to the old days when days used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days. Back in the old days. Take me back to the old days when days used to nice. People were rocking way back till morning light. Back to the old days, those days I adore. Lovers would hold on tight on the dance floor. Back to the old days. Back in the old days.
We actually did that before you came.
Oh, really?
When you were in the limo, circling the block.
Oh, right.
We dropped Drive Me Crazy.
Oh, okay.
So, and I introed with Like a Bird, something totally different.
Oh, nice.
You know,
Very
we
nice.
dropped some stuff, but you don't know. J Vibe, on behalf of the Homegrown listeners, on behalf of Hope, on behalf of myself, I want to thank you so much for passing through.
Thank you again for having me.
Pleasure's all mine. Pleasure's all mine. Drop some social media info and contact for those who need to get in contact with you.
Yeah, no doubt. IG and Facebook is at JVibe Music. Anywhere, Twitter, IG, Facebook, that's it. At JVibe Music. Hit me up. Follow me. I'll follow you back. DM me and let me know what's good. I'll at your boy, man. Let's work.
Love it, love it, love it. Hope, got anything you want to let the masses know?
That's it.
That's
I
it?
don't do social media stuff. Just on Facebook. That's it.
Hope is keeping it on the deal. She wanted to know what our deal. But it's all good. Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Thank you so much for tuning in. It has indeed been a pleasure. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast Homegrown with G. Cole. It's available now on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, iHeartRadio, all your podcast platforms. You can also subscribe to the podcast on homegrownwithgcole.com. You can listen there, and everything Homegrown is available there. Also subscribe to the YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, be safe, be kind, be good to each other. My name is G. Cole, and this is Homegrown.
Nakikinika sa música, Homegrown with G. Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G. Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G. Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole.